the wild frontier. Through the woods he's a-marching along, making up yarns and a-singing a song. He's a-itching for fighting, righting the wrong. He's ringy as a bear and twice as strong. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Whoa, crap. Hello, everybody. One moment here. Welcome to another... Oh, hold on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another... There we go. Monday night mini medicine card readings. Cheesy Pete's. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, thank you for joining me. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. And we've already got people coming on and saying yes. If you're new here, if you want a one-card reading, all you need to do is say yes in the comments. And so we've got Amaral and we've got Sage. And Anna is watching. Are you still in New Orleans? Anyone else? Haha. Is that a yes, you're in New Orleans, or a yes, you want a card? I'm going to assume that you want a card. And Valerie. I'm at a slightly different angle tonight because... Oh, you got back. Awesome. I hope you had a good trip. Give me some hearts or something. Are you guys hearing me? Can you hear me? I had a little thing pop up that said my audio wasn't working. So, awesome. Yay, thank you. Okay. So we have our 6 for tonight. We've got Amaral, Sage, Anna, Valerie, Melanie, and Kristen. I thought there was a glitch. Yeah. So, anyway. Okay. We've got our 6 people, and hold on, give me 1 second here. I need to plug in my phone. Don't look behind the curtain. All right. I had to come over here a little bit so I could plug my phone in so I don't lose you halfway through. But here we are. I'm not the best organized tonight. Yeah, Kristen, you are number 6. So how this works, if you're new here, if you come in late, or whatever, Matrix glitch. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and I read the medicine cards, which work with the totem animals. And so we have our 6 people. The first 6 people on who say yes in the comments get a reading. And if you are not lucky enough to be one of the first 6, it's okay. All you need to do then is choose a number between 1 and 6 and listen particularly to that card. And I promise you, in its beautiful way, Spirit will weave your answer into the answer for whoever that card was initially meant for. So, and thank you so much for joining me. You should get going because I tend to be a little what's the word? Verbose. That's the word. Okay. I think I need to ground a bit. Let's all take a breath. Hold it for a moment and let it go. All right, that feels better. welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for choosing out of all your infinite choices tonight to spend an hour or so with me. I really appreciate it. The only thing that I ask is if you would please share my video, and you can either share it to someone else's page or whatever, or you can tag someone in the comments to kind of share the love. And if you wish to give more than that, I have my PayPal and Venmo pinned to the top of the comments. If you get something out of this and you want to reciprocate and give something back, I am so grateful for anything. But that is no obligation. So, all right. Our first card is for Emerald. All right. I think I got flustered because Kira, my kitty, demanded some more food just before I went live, and normally her food dish is right here, and so I had to move it over there, and I think that all kind of played havoc with my rhythm. All right, so card number 1. All right, Emerald. You had 3 cards jump out. So this is going to be a long night if that's the way we're starting out. Okay, so card number 1 is actually 3 cards. We have Black Panther, which I know Emerald is no stranger to. We have Dog in reverse, and we have Buffalo in reverse. So between those 3, okay, so what I gleaned from this, you can look at this like an Arthurian quest, right? So we've got the Black Panther, who is about embracing the unknown. It's like looking into the darkness, as it's like that Zen or the Taoist, the Taoist principle of the how does that go? The uncarved block. It's like the unwritten page. It's like the future is unwritten. It's blank because you haven't written it yet. So it's this whole, rather than filling that unknown, which is dark only because it is great mystery, not because it's doom, it's bringing that sense of adventure, like that Natasha Bedingfield song about Unwritten. I love that song. I can't think of the tune right now, which is good because otherwise I'll be singing it all week long. But so you are setting out on an adventure. You are gazing into the darkness, but you are looking at it with excitement, like what can I do with this, right? And these two being in reverse, Dog is all about heart. So it's like, this is your grail. This is what you're looking for. You're looking... There's a story that at one point, it used to be that humans and animals lived together and they spoke the same languages and they shared everything. And at some point, Creator decided that he had to separate them. And I don't remember what the rift was about. But, so, Creator put animals on one side, humans over here, and he actually created this rift. It was like this great crevasse in the earth. At the last moment, dog jumped from the animal side over to the human side. And so dog is, like they used to say, dog is man's best friend. It's like dog is your loyal companion. Dog, think of it this way. Dog is, when you think of dogs, I mean, animals in general, but dogs especially, they are the embodiment of unconditional love, right? They are all heart. And they are loyal, and they are guardians, and they are servants, right? And it's like, so what you are actually on quest for is your heart. That essential, innocent, pure, unconditional love that is your essence. That is your holy grail. That is what it's the ultimate quest. It's the ultimate quest for who you are. Beneath any of the machinations, I don't know if that's the right word, how you even say that, but the mechanics of the universe and the manifestation of the universe. This is getting to bare bones, down to nuts and bolts of creation, of who you really are, beyond the image, the illusion of physical reality, to your ultimate true self, who is Creator, right? And I'm taking this as the challenge, right? It's like every quest, every pilgrimage has an ordeal. It's like, it's that test that has to be overcome in order to get there. And it's not so much a test like to put you in your place or to make sure you're worthy. When it's more of, it's that thing that makes you more determined to get to the end of your quest. It's like your determination to reach this is so powerful that nothing can stand in your way. You're not going to let anything, no matter if you have to, walk barefoot through the snow, uphill both ways, whatever it is, you're going to get there. And so the challenge you're facing is abundance. But let me clarify that as well. It's not just finances. Buffalo is abundance in that Buffalo is like one-stop shopping. Everything the Plains Indians needed came from Buffalo. Food, shelter, clothing, tools, everything. And so Buffalo coming up in reverse is the challenge. It's not saying that you are not abundant. It's not saying that you aren't taken care of. But the challenge is realizing how much you are. It's like everything you need is provided. And the only thing that can get in your way is yourself and your ideas of scarcity, of not being good enough, of not deserving, right? But you're questing for your essence. How can you not be worthy? It's already a part of you, right? And so it's really a process of letting go of everything that doesn't support you in this quest. And so there might be things just like the Arthurian tales, like the Knights of the Round Table. You know, there are certain beings you might encounter. There are certain tests of valor and tests of courage that you might face. And like I said, they're not there to put you in your place, to prove that you're not worthy. They're there because, like I always say, how like obstacles are not there to block your way. They're there as a springboard to a higher purpose. Awesome. I'm glad that makes sense, Emerald. It's like this is already who you are. It's already there, and it's just a matter of realizing it. And realizing that ultimately everything you need to get you there is available. You just, rather than reaching for it, you have to open to receive it. Okay? It's already there. You know, like Abraham Hicks talks about the vortex and about how everything you desire is in your vortex, right? Every time you have a desire, every time you have a bad experience, like, you know, trouble paying rent, for example, and you have that desire to be able to be abundant and pay rent, that desire goes into your vortex. It's like this escrow, this bank. And that experience stays in that vortex, ready for you to be open. But if we focus on, I'm poor, I can't pay my rent, oh, that was so hard, and you know, the universe will keep showing up. The universe is a giant yes. So if we continue to say that we are poor or we are weak or whatever it is, the universe will continue to show us evidence of that in our world. Meanwhile, everything you're desiring is already there. And it's just a matter of tapping into that and opening to receive it. So, you're welcome, Amaral. I hope that I'm so glad that made sense, because I never know if it makes sense or not. All right, so number 2 is for Sage. My nose is itchy. I've heard that means the spirits are around. If you're doing readings and your nose itches, it's a sign the spirits are really active. So, all right. Card number 2. For Sage. All right. Sage, you got Prairie Dog reversed. Prairie Dog. So I'm trying to feel into your energy and how it affects, what is the aspect of Prairie Dog that applies. Okay. So prairie dogs are awesome. I went to Devil's Tower a few years ago, and there are prairie dogs everywhere. We actually got like sat on the ground and stood around and watched the prairie dogs playing and screeching, and so prairie dogs are very social, and they're kind of like meerkats. They're kind of like the North American version of meerkats. Kind of the same energy, same medicine. And they always have sentinels on guard, right? There's always at least one prairie dog whose job it is to focus on nothing but watching the skies and the horizon for predators. And because they are on duty, they are watching, then that means that the rest of the community can stand down and just enjoy themselves. It's like they have total trust in the sentinel that if something threatens them, they're going to know it. And they're going to have plenty of time to scurry to the closest entryway to the prairie dog town. And so I think this is really talking about, how do I put this into words? This is so hard to put into words. You are safe. No matter what you do. This isn't a time where you have to consider which is the best road, which is the right path, because there's a wrong path. No matter what you do right now, you've been referred to as the town crier. That's awesome. You can stand down. You do not have to be the sentinel on duty right now. Whatever you do, you are being watched over. And so it's like, get out of that kind of binary duality way of thinking as far as choices, what's the right way, what's the wrong way, and just go for it. Just play. Because if there is a threat, you can scurry down, you can regroup. You know, prairie dog popping up, kind of like whack-a-mole, right? I just thought of the gopher from Caddyshack. I'm all right. Nobody's worried about me. That you are being watched over, you are being guided. And I know I've said this to you before, and I hope this comes across in the right manner, but you have done the work, right? You have spent years doing the work, and now it's time to let the work, I was going to say do you, but you've done the work, you've created the structure, now you can allow that structure to hold you, to support you. So you don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing or making a wrong turn or trusting the right person. Whatever you do is going to be all right. The universe revolves around you. You are the center of your reality. And it changes every moment is a new beginning, right? A new day. And so what may have been a wrong step a moment ago, you take that step and shoom, the universe revolves around so that step is in the right direction. The universe will revolve around you to putting the right thing in your path. Okay? You don't have to worry about being worthy. You don't have to worry about the right thing to say, the wrong thing to say, making the wrong impression. You are taken care of. No matter what happens, no matter what you do, you are safe. and you have others watching over you, and you have community around you supporting you. So trust yourself, trust your training, trust all the time and energy and effort that you have put into becoming who you are now. You have been building your support for years and years, and it's time to let that support actually support you. You can rely on it. You can lean into your belief system, your faith, whatever you want to call it. Lean into your knowing. And it can be, you know, it's like you've got the scaffolding, right? It's like, oh my God, it looks a little bit shaky. I don't know if I can trust it. You can trust it, okay? It will support you because it's who you've become. It's an expression of you. And so you can do no wrong, all right? So you're welcome. We watched, oh crap, not Mulan, Moana. We watched Moana the other night. And now every time I say thank you, or I say you're welcome, I hear the rock in my head. You're welcome. All right, Anna, card number 3. All right, Anna, I know you've gotten this before. I'm almost positive you've gotten this before. This hawk in reverse. And hawk is, of course, the messenger of the gods. And this can be a little kind of a tag on to what I was just talking to Sage about, that you are ready to step into your power. You are ready to become a messenger of the gods. And you can trust. This is like you're this close. You're like about to take. It's like the Fool card, right? But you're a hawk. You have wings. If you step off the cliff, you catch yourself and you fly. You're welcome. I keep saying Moana and Maui turning into the hawk. But you really can trust your intuition. You really can trust the messages that are coming through you, coming to you. And it, like I said with Sage, I mean, it can be really scary, I know, to trust, to kind of go out on a limb, right? And actually follow what your intuition is telling you. To do something crazy or to say something that makes no sense to you, knowing that this other person needs to hear it. It really is just trial and error. And the only way to build up that confidence, that assuredness in yourself, is to continue to do that. Continue to stretch yourself a little bit here and there, a little bit every day. Because, and I'm finding myself in a similar position where there's a lot of changes going on in my life right now. Kind of along the lines of what I was talking with Amaral about, kind of nuts and bolts of the universe kind of thing, like existential kind of stuff, where it's like being up against the very edge of what I believe is true, and needing to be that fool and step off of what I believe, trusting that what I believe is true and that it will catch me and keep me airborne, right? It's like this It's like all this spiritual stuff is all pretty and lovely and empowering and etc. But you always hit this point where, but is it true? Is it real? And it's like taking that step from it just being some happy thoughts up here. Oh, yes, everyone is one. We're all just love, whatever it is, and actually embodying that. And I think that's why Hawk is in reverse. You know, the reason Hawk is the messenger of the gods is because Hawk is like up on a light pole, up in the sky, up close to heaven, right? And then he'll fly down to the earth to get a rabbit or whatever. And then he's back up, and then he's down, and then he's up. So he connects heaven and earth. Like the hollow bone we talk about in shamanism. And it's like, right now, you're up in the air, afraid to come to earth. It's like there's a fear, there's a block here of actually applying these things and bringing them into physical reality. You know, as long as they're on, and I'm not saying that I'm not, what am I trying to say? Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you're just airy-fairy and, you know, off somewhere, whatever. But it's like you're going through an initiation right now. And this is a stepping into your power and proving to yourself that those things that you believe up here actually are translatable to physical reality. There we go. So a number of years ago, my phone holder is not doing a good job tonight. Years ago, when I was in training with Sandra Ingerman, we had to do this exercise. We paired off, and then we had to take turns doing a healing on each other. And we had to journey to our guides and ask for a healing technique that we didn't know. And I started freaking out. I'm like, this is it. This is where I find out if this is all a bunch of BS or if this is real, right? And I was so freaking out. I was so anxious. I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? And it was like, the answer is always, it's not me who's doing it anyway, so relax, right? And so my partner laid on the floor in front of me, and I sat there and I journeyed. And one of my guides came to me, and I felt him reach, like he basically stood behind me and put his arms through my arms. And I started just clapping over this person's body in different places. I'm like, okay, I've never seen anyone do this before. And so I'm just doing it, and I feel, okay, over here, like I was swatting flies or something. Then when I got done, and she sat up, and I asked how that went, not only was I clapping over spots that were tense and blocked, and like I was like releasing energy, she'd been having trouble with her daughter. And I mean, even to the point, like just before leaving for this training, she would try to tell her daughter something, and her daughter would go, "No, Mom, I could not have known that. There is no way I would have known that." And so not only did I help release energy throughout her body, I also inadvertently helped release that little piece of PTSD, that little trauma from her daughter constantly clapping in her face. And it's like, okay, there is no way that, of course, I'm like, there's no way I could ever doubt this again. And then, of course, things happen and doubts come in because we're human. But I always raise that experience up as one of the points where it's like proving, taking this nebulous idea of healing and energy and light and love, blah, 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 and actually bringing it into the practical world. And so that's where you are right now. It's taking all of the stuff that you believe, all the things that you hope are true, and embodying them, bringing it into the physical world. And basically proving to yourself that all this stuff is true, all this stuff is real, right? And there's also, with Hawk, there's also, my guys are just like, wait, that's not it. That's not all of it. There's a sense of freedom as well. It's like when you can trust the wind to carry you, right? You can't see the wind, but the hawk knows the wind is there. The hawk knows that all it has to do is spread its wings and the air is going to carry it. And so it's trusting the wind, trusting the unseen to support you in your flight. Knowing, it's like you can't see the wind, you can't prove the wind is there, but you can open your wings and fall and trust and have the air catch you. And there is so much freedom in that. Like I said, like my monkey mind was freaking out at that point. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I can't figure this out. I can't do this, right? And then I have to come to that point where I'm not the one who has to figure this out. I just have to spread my wings and allow spirit to carry me, right? So spread your wings. Like the vision, Eagle came to me one time in a vision and basically said, spreading your wings is opening your heart. When you open your heart and spread your wings, the air carries you. You soar. You're carried on the thermals. You're carried on the unseen effortlessly. And you can go anywhere. You can rise above anything. So I hope that is helpful. I hope that made sense and rang true. And I hope you had a good time in New Orleans. All right, Valerie, card number 4. And if you guys don't get enough of me tonight, you're welcome, Anna. If you don't get enough of me tonight, I'm going to make a couple announcements at the end of this. I know not everybody makes it to the end because I am verbose. But Thursday at noon, I'm glad it helped. Thursday at noon, I'm doing another shamanathon. Shamanathon. And to participate, all you have to do is you can go to my Facebook page. I don't think I put it on my website yet. I just got my laptop back. But you go to my Facebook page and find the event page for the Shamanathon. It's my picture with the 2 Manamana Muppets. And you can, again, like my PayPal and Venmo information there. You can send in a contribution, a donation, however much you want, how little or how big. And everyone who contributes gets either a 3-card reading, a 5-minute shamanic Reiki healing, or they get to ask one question. So it's readings, healings, and teachings. Oh my. whatever you want. So if you'd like another reading, and kind of a more casual, I always feel a little hurried on Monday nights, because it's like I'm trying to get as many people, I'm trying to get done in an hour, which never works out. But this is going to be casual. We can just hang out, all that. So check that out on my Facebook page, and I'm going to mention again at the end. And while I'm talking about it, since I'm halfway through the readings, if you're interested, tomorrow night I have a Zoom class I'm teaching. It's a 2-hour class, and it's called Who is My Spirit Animal? And so if you don't know who your spirit animal is and you would like to know, this is the class for you, because we will talk about who the spirit animals are, spirit animals, power animals, totem animals, who they are, what they do. And then I will take you on a guided shamanic journey to meet your spirit animal. So it's not just hearsay. You will meet them eye to eye, and you will talk to them, and you will ask them questions, and you will begin a relationship that can last lifetimes. So that's tomorrow night from 6 to 8. Again, that one is on my website, and it's on my Facebook page, and you can sign up right there for it. You can, it's $120 for a 2-hour class, and you can sign up on my website or my Facebook page. So that's out there too. So it's been kind of a busy few weeks for me, which is awesome. So anyway, okay, card number 3 for Valerie. 3 for Valerie. Okay. No. All right, Valerie. Oh, number 4. I'm sorry, Valerie. This is card number 4. Thank you for... Okay. I think I still need grounding, but... So, card number 4, you got Turtle reversed. Which is funny, because as most of you know, Valerie is my fiance, and this morning I've been wearing, I don't have it on right now, but I have a little jade turtle that I wear sometimes. And it was on my back, and she was like, hey, what's that mole on your shoulder? That bright green. And it was my turtle. So, in reverse, turtle can, a turtle lay like on its back in the water, right? It's like helpless. It's just kind of flailing around. There's nothing to push against. There's nothing to right themselves. And so that's probably how you've been feeling, kind of just pushed by the waves, carried by the flow, without anything to push against in order to go the direction you want to. And so Turtle is coming up to help you find your footing, right? Turtle is an embodiment of Mother Earth. Turtle is about stability and foundation. Mother Earth. And so Turtle is coming along, and I'm thinking about this. I saw this video not long ago where there was a turtle in a pool someplace upside down, and it's struggling and struggling, and all of a sudden all these other turtles show up, and they all come under that turtle, and they rise up until they push it, till they right it. So, remember that you are not alone, that you have friends in the seen and the unseen realm who are there to help right you. And that remember that like when turtle comes up, I always talk about, your home no matter where you go, right? You can be at home because it's like being comfortable in your own skin. It's being able to be in a number of environments and being comfortable enough in those environments to feel at home, to feel like you don't have to prove anything, you don't have to force anything, that you are enough, because turtle is self-contained, right? And turtle is protected, and turtle can venture into unknown areas, because should something threaten, she can just pull her head and her feet back into the shell and she's safe. I think also, so it's like allow yourself, call in the help. I know, I was thinking about that. You have two homes. You have your home and my home. Land and sea. And I think one of the keys is to you don't have to put your weight down in either one or both. Remember that you are your home. It's like becoming comfortable in your own skin, so that no matter where you are, you're still aligned, you're still connected, right? The other thing I wanted to say is turtle is also one of the oldest oracles on the planet. Ancient peoples used to take the turtle shell and they would put it in the fire until it cracked. Not a living turtle, a turtle shell after the turtle is gone. And depending on where the cracks were, how they showed up, and which of the plates on the turtle shell they were on, gave them, it was a divination. They could tell future, they could tell past, they could tell different things, right? And turtle has, the top part of its shell, it has 13 plates, like the 13 moons in the year, and around the edge, every turtle has 28 plates, like the 28 days in a month. So they are mistresses of time. It's like they carry time on their back. It's like the Oracle of Delphi, right? The Delphi Oracle. Okay, this is interesting. This is something that has been coming up a lot lately with a lot of people I'm working with. The universe is similar to the internet, right? All the information of anything you would ever want to know or need to know or want to know is out there. And you don't need to take classes and workshops. You don't have to keep learning and paying out money. You can basically Google the universe. Everything you need to know is already within you. You just need to connect to that wisdom, connect to that information. Ask and it will be given, right? Because there is no one more powerful than you. There is no one more important to you in all the universe. And you are worthy to know everything you want to know, everything you need to know to actually stand in your power to become the person you came here to be. You carry it with you. So you are always home. Your heart is your home. And you are supported by a loving universe. And you are protected. Does that all make sense to you? And so I think also with what I was saying about the oracle, I think part of writing yourself, right, instead of floating on your back, and it's like part of writing yourself is to start doing the oracle work. Start putting yourself out there. Do videos, do whatever, do readings. I'm not suggesting this, but I had a friend a long time ago, I had a friend who actually would pay rent by like a couple of times a week or a month or something. She would take her tarot cards and she would go to the bar. And she would charge like $10, $20 for a reading. And she would get tons of people handing money, trying to get their cards read and stuff. I mean, you could go to Starbucks and just kind of, I don't know if the staff at Starbucks would appreciate that, but all I'm saying is be creative and think of ways to do the work. Even if it's just pulling a card for yourself every day and getting in the practice of that, and then maybe sharing your card a day on Facebook or whatever, rather than waiting until it's dire and you need money or whatever, to just make it a practice, right? This whole thing is spiritual practice, which means you keep doing it and doing it and doing it. You don't just do it and then you wait a while and then you do it again. It's like anything. It's a muscle that needs to be honed. And so continue, figure out a game plan. Figure out like, okay, 1 card every day or 3 cards every day. Keep track of them. At some point, maybe start to share them. Like keep upping the ante. And, and we've talked about getting a website. Let's work on a website for you. Let's get you out there. I think that will bring a lot of that balance, so you're not on your back anymore. Help, help, help. You'll be on your own feet. You'll be able to take care of yourself. Realize your own power to sustain and maintain your own world, your own life, your own reality. Okay? So, I hope that makes sense. All right, number 5 for Melanie. Yep, see, I try to make this come in under an hour, and I usually fail miserably. But that's okay, because time is an illusion. All right, Melanie, you are card number 5. All right, Melanie, I'm glad that made sense, love. Melanie, you got Raven in reverse. Raven embodies the deepest, shiniest, bibbidi-bobbidi-booiest magic that there is. The black with the black gleaming feathers, is reminiscent of the night sky of infinity, right? Raven is unlimited potential. Raven is the womb of the cosmic mother. That darkness of the womb that holds every potential, every possibility, every future exists in that womb. And like the story of Raven, stealing fire from the sun and bringing it back to earth, you are a light bringer. It's like you go into that darkness and you choose from the buffet table what reality, what future you want. You grab that one and you bring it into physical reality. And so in reverse, what it feels like to me, it might be too many choices. It kind of feels like that deer in a headlight kind of thing. It's like there's too many choices or too many factors. Kind of a giving up your power to something else or someone else. Like, who am I to create my own reality? Who am I to think, like, that's ego, right? To think that I could create my reality. It's like, no, that is the truth. Your ego is the one telling you you can't. Because you are a facet of creator, of source energy. And like in the Bible where it says, you know, humans were created in God's image. God is the creator. We are creators. And you can create any future that you desire. It's not, this is really about claiming your own power, right? Not being under the influence of, you know, I mean, I know like astrology and that they're, you know, the planets, the stars, the sun, other people and everything, they have influences. But you are the sovereign being of your reality. And no one else gets to tell you what is true or what is real or what you can and cannot do. Okay? Watch for the shiny things. You know, it's... Sometimes we get into those places that are kind of dark or uncertain, and we don't know what to do. And we've been taught that when there's something in your way, you just keep pushing harder. That you have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, right? And that is not true. Look for the shiny things. Look for the little things every day that bring you joy. Like Tess, who used to own Stargazers in Bellevue, she used to say that she would wake up in the morning and say, okay, universe, I'm ready for my 3 happy surprises today. And so she would spend her day waiting for those 3 happy surprises, knowing that the universe would give them to her because she proclaimed it. And it's that kind of a thing, like looking for the shiny. Don't look for the problems. Don't look for the things that are set against you. Don't, you know, I just saw a video from a woman who is basically a Norse witch, and she was talking about the traditions of like Norse and Sami witchcraft and shamanism and stuff. And she was saying that magic is so simple. You don't need anything. You are enough. She's like, you could Pick up a gray stone from the river, and that is a magical amulet. And that when she does magic, she doesn't worry about what phase the moon is in or what Mercury is doing or whatever. It's like simplify it down to what you need at the moment. Because like I said earlier, the universe revolves around you. The universe will make sure that whatever is needed to support you in what you are creating comes to you. There's a book. It's called The Circle Within. And I never actually finished reading the whole book, but I read enough of it. There was this woman, I think it was like in the 80s, and she was Wiccan, but she was still living at home with her family in Texas. And, you know, fundamentalists. And so she could not have any of the tools that a witch would have. The athame, you know, pentagrams, candles, etc. And so she had to find those things within her. She didn't need all of the trappings. She didn't need all of the stones, all of the altars, all of the stuff. Those things, I'm not against those. I'm not saying that those are bad things. But I think this is very similar to Emerald's reading. It's like you're being asked to find that magic within you rather than looking at what's going on around you. That you don't need anything but yourself. And that when you have that alignment with yourself, when you're clued into yourself, then like whatever stones and tools you use become extensions of yourself. They don't have powers in themselves. They become more powerful because they're an extension of you. You are what gives the things in your world power, right? So allow yourself to be in that darkness. Allow yourself, if nothing is shiny, if there is no clear path ahead, it's time to rest. And it's time to dream. Daydream. Allow yourself the luxury to daydream about what you want your life to be, of what you're trying to create, of who you're trying to become. And then pay attention, look for the happy surprises, look for the shiny parts, knowing that those are the breadcrumbs the universe is giving you to lead you step by step to finding that magic within you, to finding out that you are creator. Okay? Does that make sense to you? And to know, again, like all the things that you do, everything around you, all your talents, how you show up in the world, are all expressions of you. You are the primary force. You are the primary source of power. Okay? Going deep tonight. So I hope that helps, Melanie. I hope that makes sense to you. All right, Kristen. Card number 6. All right, Kristen. Card number 6. You got Fox in reverse. It's interesting. Most of the cards came up reversed tonight, which isn't bad. That just means that things are in transition, that things haven't quite arisen yet to the surface. So, Kristen, Fox medicine is about I can't remember the word that they use in the book, but it's Fox medicine is basically watching and learning from observation. It's like watching without being seen. It's like being like the wind, being like a ninja, right? Wearing your cloak of invisibility, blending into the background. And in reverse, usually it means it's time to stop hiding and it's time to be seen. Now that doesn't mean you need to go out in the public square and say, here I am, because you still have, everything you have done, everything you've experienced has gotten you to this point. All the talent and the skills you've gotten at being invisible, of blending in, of, not having attention put on you. Those are great skills to have, right? And so it's okay to be seen and then peekaboo. You have learned a lot through this, through just observing, through watching others' trial and errors, and again, like some of the ones earlier tonight, it's like it's time to take what you've learned and apply it to this world, to your life. And like I said, it's like you still have these skills. You still have the skills of invisibility, the skill of glamour, right? Appearing to be one thing when you're something else. You can do that. And you can continue to do that. But it's just like it's like, rather than hiding, using the illusion to hide away from the world, you have something to share with the world, right? You're a teacher, and you have things to teach. And the thing I love about Fox medicine is using that magic, that mastery of illusion that Fox has to, it's like you tell someone something like, oh, that's a synchronicity. Hey, look at that. Did you see that? And the person looks, and then you fade into the background so that that person learns that lesson and has to claim it for themselves. It's like you're using that skill of illusion to help other people see possibilities. And then, like that quote from Bruce Lee about not mistaking the finger pointing at the moon for the moon, your timing in your disappearance is so that the credit can't be put on you. You're helping others see for themselves, and then you're disappearing so that they have to claim it. But, the things, it's like the things we're afraid of when we're younger, and it's like every superhero has their origin story, right? And every origin story starts with some sort of conflict or some sort of challenge, right? And that is what brings out the superpower, whatever it is. Your superpower is invisibility, being able to, disappear. Someone could be looking at you and all of a sudden you're gone. Making the teacher not call on you, getting skipped over for gym or whatever. And so those things, that origin, even though it may have been out of fear as a kid, being picked on, etc., the skill set is true, is real, and is valuable. And so now it is time to shift that to benefiting not only yourself, but benefiting those around you. Does this is me, you say, does that make sense to you? So, and like I said, you don't have to come out of your shell all at once and say, here I am. It just, the world is a stage. The world is a play. We're meant to play. So play at it. Play at helping, making people see possibilities. Like, well, I've thought about that. And what if, blah, blah, blah. What if this is the possible future, right? And, and then they think it's like, oh, but I got to go, disappearing. Because you have that skill set, you don't have to worry about being persecuted, being pursued, being caught. There's a reason fox hunts have been so popular for so many hundreds or not thousands of years, because they are so clever. It's like and part of that invisibility is because you didn't fit in, right? And so you blended into the background rather than blending into people. And so because you don't fit in, because you're like from another planet, and so your thought processes aren't the same as other people. But that is a superpower, and that is, the cunning of fox, like they say, crazy like a fox. You might say things and people might think you're crazy, but then it's like, wait a minute, she has a point, right? It's using those things you've learned and then applying them for your benefit as well as the benefit of everyone else. To realize that when it comes to thinking, for you, there are no boxes. Everything you think is outside the box because you don't perceive things and process things in the same way anyone else does. And whereas as a kid that made you vulnerable and a target, right now that makes you brilliant. That makes you sought after. That makes you valuable. You, like, when you start to express yourself, start to allow yourself to be seen. Are you an artist at all? It's like letting that creativity come out, letting other people see it. You will be surprised at how many people are drawn to you for the same reasons that they picked on you as a kid. And so this is actually an opportunity for healing that inner child, your adult self, being able to hold your younger self, say, look, oh, you embroider? Embryologist, you're a mom? Is that what you mean? I don't know what that means. But it's like a chance to hold the little girl who didn't understand the world, who felt like she didn't belong, and say, look, we don't need to belong. We can create our own life, and people love us for it. So, yeah, it's time to be seen. Oh, wow. Interesting. There's been so much lately about that, the human embryos for IVF. Interesting. Well, I don't know if you know Reiki or anything like that, but you can like, I'm not suggesting like they did in, was it Alabama, that the embryos are full-blown people, but they are still living things, and they're divine in nature. And so when you treat them that way, if you do Reiki or just, do the Namaste, not that they're full humans, but I don't know enough about that to really say anything, so I should probably be quiet. But yeah, it's like whatever you are doing, bring that sense of allowance, that sense of allowing yourself to play. Fox, if you've ever seen foxes, I mean, they're constantly playing, and they're very closely related to Coyote, who is the trickster, right? And so there's a little bit of that trickster medicine, and you can kind of, if you get too serious, you can trip over your own tail or get caught in your own traps. And so it's like needing to play, lighten up. Know that you are safe. Know that you have the skills and the abilities to elude anyone who tries to capture you. You cannot be pigeonholed. Okay? So I hope that was helpful. It literally pegged your life. Awesome. I never know how these are going to hit. I never know for sure one way or the other whether, because, it's not like doing a live reading with someone where I get feedback. I'm just so thank you for that validation. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you could be here tonight. So one more card for the community, kind of our card of the week. And while I am shuffling, just wanted to remind you of my spirit animal class tomorrow night. Who is my spirit animal? If you would like to find out, you can check it on my website, perchingwolfstudios.net, or on my Perching Wolf Studios Facebook page for the event page. And you can send in your payment. I will send you the Zoom link. You're so welcome, Kristen. I'm really tickled that made sense to you. And so you will meet it's not just getting to know who your animal is, you get to meet them and interact with them. Our spirit animals are not just archetypes or symbols. They are sentient beings. And I'm going to help you put your foot in the door to connecting with and starting a relationship that will last lifetimes. And also, on Thursday, I'm doing another shamanathon. And if you would like, if you enjoy tonight and you would like more readings, on Thursday at noon, before Thursday at noon, if you want to, I'll get to that in a minute, Valerie. You can go to my Facebook page, and there's a picture of me with the Phenomena puppets on either side. Shamanathon. And you can link up to I've got my YouTube, not YouTube. I'm talking too fast. PayPal and Venmo. And anything you contribute, small or large, everyone gets either a 3-card reading, a 5-minute healing, or a teaching, like one question about shamanism or spirituality, whatever. So readings and teachings and healings and teachings. Oh my. So that'll be Thursday. So check it out and send your contribution before Thursday. I haven't had a lot of takers so far, so there might actually be time. I might be able, and I have my laptop now, so I might be able to actually take contributions on that day if you're undecided. So, but check that out. That's on my Facebook page as well. And when we're done here, I'm going to share this video to my Facebook page and also upload it to my YouTube channel. So I have a Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel where I have like at least 4 years of these videos and other videos. And so if you need more guidance or you want to be part of a ceremony, those are up there. Check them out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay current with my latest videos, etc. And I'm not sure. Next week we might be on hiatus. I'm doing on Friday. I'm actually having a dental procedure done, and I may or may not be recovered enough by Monday evening to do this. So we'll just see. So just watch my Facebook page to see if it's happening or not, and we'll see what happens. All right, so last card for the community. Got Beaver in reverse. This is something that kind of came up in a number of the different readings tonight. Beaver is the visionary. Beaver sees trees and he sees what can be done with them. He sees the dams and the lodges. He has visions of what can be. And he never worries about running out of materials, right? And those visions are given by Creator. And Creator is not going to give you desires and give you passions and give you visions of things without providing the substance and the resources you need to fulfill those visions. You know, you might have to get creative and resourceful to find it all, but the universe will provide you everything you need to bring your vision to fruition. Ooh, that sounds like a song. I might have to think about that. Vision to fruition. So trust your visions. Trust your own visions. Don't ask others' opinions. When you receive a vision or you have a passion, those things that you can't not do in life, that is your compass, and that is the universe telling you to go in this direction. And the universe is not going to tell you to do this, go in this direction, without supplying you the means to do so. Okay? So that is it for tonight. I only went a half hour about over, so thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for joining me tonight. I so appreciate your presence and your energy. We'll see if it happens next week or not. And again, so tomorrow night is the spirit animal class. If you're interested, it's a Zoom class. Wednesday night is my sacred pipe ceremony, which is going to be a little different because of the dental procedure. I can't smoke for a couple of weeks. So it'll be a smokeless pipe ceremony. And then Thursday is my shamanathon. So 3 things coming up in 3 days. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Go shining. All right. Bye.